Flosstube, I'm Annie and I am the Proper Stitcher, and welcome to episode number 73. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. I'm so glad that you stopped by today. This is a channel where I like to talk about cross stitch and quilting and hopefully give you inspiration to fully finish your projects. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your continued support, all of your wonderful comments and messages. I read each and every one of them, and I really do appreciate the time it takes you out of your day to send those messages to me. So I hope you all have had a great week. I had a good week. I enjoyed reading all of your comments from last week's video. Last week was our 10,000 subscriber celebration bash. I still laugh when I say that. It's such a long title, but we celebrated last week the 10,000 subscriber milestone, and so I have all of those winners that I'm going to announce today. And I just wanted to take a second and say thank you so much for watching the video, for commenting, for all of your wonderful words that you sent my way, all your wonderful comments, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you. So in this video, I am going to go over our winners from last week. I have 2 fully finished objects to share with you. I only have 2 whips to share with you. It's been a little bit of a busy week this week. And I have more giveaways, some haul, some new items that came in from Fat Quarter Shop. And I think we should just jump right in because going over 31 winners is going to be a little time consuming. And I want to make sure that we are very clear with all of our instructions and everything. So life updates. So this past week, I heard from Gray several times. It was a really, really stressful week for her because it's midterms and she is just has a really full load. And so she's glad that the week is over. It's now Saturday, and so it's also homecoming there. So they had all kinds of fun events this week to kind of break up the workload that she had. So she went to her first county fair last weekend. She had the best time. Last night, I think they had a bonfire. Lots of fun events. She's just having a really good week socially. Workload, different story, but she's having a really good week. And she said she woke up the other day and all of a sudden it was fall time. So that was, I think it re-energized her just to have that cool, crisp fall air, which is what it does to me. I think I find that I am more productive in the fall time and I get more stitching done. Although right now I'm a little nasally because I also suffer from seasonal allergies, which is what happened yesterday. My face was all puffy. Today's Saturday. I really intended on recording on Friday, but my allergies were just not kind to me yesterday. So she's having a great week. We get to see her in a couple of weekends. We will go up for Parents Weekend. So I'm looking forward to seeing her, actually hugging her neck, giving her a big old kiss, and I am just ready to see her. And we booked her flight home for Thanksgiving. So it's hard to believe we're already in the middle of the semester. Time just goes by so fast. Tristan, his car should be ready soon. I think that gave him a little bit of exciting news. He had a cross-country meet this morning very early, and he starts his fall break now. So he should be home any minute now from that meet. It was a local meet. So I've been there and I've been back already. But he stayed a little longer for the rest of the races. But he starts fall break. We will be able to do a couple of college tours next week and just have a staycation. I think we need just some time home. I have a couple of quilts I want to work on. I have some stitching I want to catch up on, and I think he just needs a break. So it'll be nice to be home and to be able to do some things around the house. So that's exciting. Last night, Matt and I had some friends over, another couple over, that we've known for a long time, and they are teaching us how to play bridge. So we have decided to learn how to play bridge, and maybe this will be a regular occurrence that we'll have them over and we will just start that tradition of playing cards with them at least once a month. So that was a lot of fun too. So let's jump into segment 1 winners from last week's video. So I've got everything still here. There's really no way to make this go any faster than it is. So just grab your pen and paper. Like I always say, grab your cross stitch, grab something to drink, and let's just get busy. So we had a lot of wonderful sponsors last week. I listed all of them. I will list them again this week in the comments below. So let's just remember that these were donations given to us from Teresa Kogut, Little Robin Designs, Lady Dot Creates, JBW, Fat Quarter Shop, Stitch Etc., Jan Hicks with Jan Hicks Creates, Michelle Lee Quilts, and let me make sure I didn't forget anybody, Jersey Girl Stitch Company. So thank you all for all of your wonderful donations. I appreciate all that you do for my channel and for other Flosstubers too. So the first one was a $40 gift certificate to Fat Quarter Shop. And how this is going to work is if I call your name, email me and tell me what you won. I also have it all written down, but tell me what you won just to save us a little bit of time. I already have envelopes ready to go out, so we're going to try to expedite this as quickly as possible, getting all the items in the mail. I will give you 2 weeks to respond, so 2 weeks from this video, or in my next 2 videos. I will, hopefully I'll hear from you by then. So email me at theproperstitcher@gmail.com. Let me know what you won, send me your address, and we'll get these in the mail to you. All right, but the Fat Quarter Shop gift certificates are digital, so that's wonderful. Katie with Fat Quarter Shop will email you directly with your gift certificate number. So, okay. The first one is a $40 gift certificate to the Fat Quarter Shop, and that goes to Christy Hales, Hales. The second item is a pattern from Little Robin Designs. This is Halloween Feather Tree. This goes to Kim Colangelo, Colangelo. The third item is from Jersey Girl Stitch Company, the first set of pins. This goes to Charla Francis, Charla, Charla, Francis, Francis. The fourth item is from Lady Dot Creates, this velveteen bundle and pom-pom trim. This goes to Music Lady 954. Music Lady 954. Number 5, JBW. I forgot JBW Designs was another one of our big sponsors. JBW Designs, this is the Christmas Village bundle. This goes to Jennifer Burns, Byrnes, Byrnes. And number 6 is Teresa Kogut's Gather book. This goes to Patty Greer, Patty, Greer. So if all of you could email me, and we'll get those to you. So that was from segment 1. What I thought we would do is kind of like last time with the giveaways. We're gonna break up the segments just so I'm not calling out 31 names at one time. So that was from segment 1. So thank you all so much for commenting and for sharing sharing all of your wonderful messages last week. So let me show you my fully finished objects that I did this week. I attempted 2 new finishes for me. And I was going to do a video of me finishing them, but I'm glad I didn't, because these are going to take me a couple of times of finishing this technique to really get it down. But it was so much fun. So let me show you first from the Winds of Autumn book, a Blackbird Designs book. I did Sound of Autumn, which is a drum. And I have seen some people stitch this piece and put it in, make it a little square pillow. So that's something to keep in mind. If you see a design and the in the booklet or in the pattern, they have it finished one way, you don't have to finish it that way. This one was finished as a drum, but you could easily make it into a little pin keep pillow or put it in a frame. You don't have to do this, but I wanted to attempt a drum. Celeste with Celeste Creates kind of roped me in on this. She was stitching this and was finishing hers into a drum. So this is the first time I attempted a drum. I'm happy with how it turned out, but there's definitely going to be a learning curve here. I'm going to do several more drums and hopefully figure it out and make the next ones better, but I'm pleased with how this one turned out. But in this book, Blackbird Design does have directions, and they do have a template, a circle template to follow. I also watched Vanna Pfeiffer's the Twisted Stitchers drum tutorial, which was fabulous. And I watched another one. I think it was from Primitive Gatherings. I'll list it below too. She did a drum finish, but for quilting and wool applique. So I used all of those techniques and followed the directions in the book and came up with this final product. So here is my stitched piece. So first, I'll back it up. I stitched this on 36 count moccasin by Fortnite Fabrics. I used all the called for Weeks Dye Works floss. I stitched this 1 strand of floss over 2, and this was a quick stitch. I had this stitched in a couple of days. So I finished it into this drum. I did make some mistakes, of course. This was my first time, but it was fun to do. So I added the Lady Dot Creates Rick Rack. This color is vintage. I wrapped it around the top and the bottom, and I ended up going with the Jane Austen fabric, which has this brown script. So it's very fall-timey. I did follow the suggestion in the book, or the photo, and how they had it finished with some antique buttons and pins, and I did the same. So I added some antique buttons and pins. What I realized that I should have done is I should have put more cushion or quilt batting in the top to give it more of a place for pins to push in. Other than that, I think it turned out very nicely. So I did, like I said, I did follow Vanna Pfeiffer's tutorial the most on this. I stuffed it with polyfill and crushed walnut shells, which is also known as lizard litter, which Matt thought was very silly that I was going to a pet store to buy lizard litter. He couldn't understand why. It's like, it's really not lizard litter, it's crushed walnut shells. People also use it as lizard litter. But this is my finish, and I am very happy with it. I did finish the bottom with some felt, or some wool that I had. Actually, this is flannel fabric. So it's just, I thought it turned out very, very well. So I'm really pleased with it. So this is Autumn Sound from the Blackbird Design book, Winds of Autumn. And there are other drum patterns in here. I may attempt a few. One thing about the Vanna Pfeiffer tutorial, she shows you how to finish her drum tutorial is one where she stitched the sides. So a drum can be where you have the sides stitched or the top. So that was just a little bit different for me. I don't know how it would, the technique and the finishing is going to be the same, but the end result is obviously going to be a little bit different. And there are some drums that have stitching on the side and on the top. So this one I thought was a good one to start off with. So that is my finished drum. And as I figure it out, I think I will have a tutorial. I don't think I'm there yet. I don't think I'm ready to share with y'all how to do it. That drum really took about an hour and a half to finish. So my other finish that I had this week was from this book, And Blossom as the Rose. And this also has some drum stitched pieces, which I think I'm going to do. I really, really want to stitch this drum. I think that's an example of stitching on the side and on the top. So in this book, I stitched the Lily of the Valley, and I used all of the called for floss, and I stitched it on 37 count Russian Tea Cake by Legacy Linen. And here's my end result. I framed this piece in, I will link below where I got this frame. It came with the mat board, or the foam board, and the glass. So I attached it to the foam board and used pins to pin around it, and then I used some double-sided tape to tape it in the back. When I wrapped it and pinned it, I did not lace this one. I think I'll save the lacing for the bigger ones. but I like how the blue frame really makes this bird stand out a little bit more. And in this book, there's even a little tiny drum using this border right here. So lots of unique little ways of making drums and other finishes. But this frame has a nice little blue and gold tone to it. I'll link it below. I can't remember where I got it, but it was a custom cut off of a shop on Etsy. Because this measures about 3 3/4 and by 4, it really, it was too small to take it somewhere for a custom framing. So I had someone make it on Etsy, and I think it turned out great. And then I used a piece of scrapbook paper for the back to cover up the back. And this came with the something to hang it on the wall, but I think I'm going to put it on a plate stand and put it on my shelf. So this was so much fun to stitch. It was fun to finish. Really enjoyed this a lot. I did use a piece of quilt batting in between the foam core and the linen, because the linen was so sheer. I felt like it needed just a little bit of protection behind it, as far as just to hide some of the, so you couldn't see the foam board behind it. So I was very happy with how that turned out. So cute. I'm going to stitch this again. So one for me, one for Gray. So that was fun. So that was my other finish FFO for the week. And I will definitely have tutorials on both of those. I'm going to, like I said, stitch that one again, and then I'm going to stitch another drum, and we'll hopefully have some more videos on that. So let's go into segment 2 winners from last week. So number 7 was another $40 gift certificate from Fat Quarter Shop. That goes to Michelle Ellie, E-L-L-I-E, Michelle Ellie. Number 8 was our other package of Jersey Girl Stitch Company pins. This goes to Debbie Thacker, T-H-A-C-K-E-R. Number 9 was from Little Robin Designs, All She Surveys. This is such a sweet pattern. This goes to Libby Stitches. Libby, L-I-B-B-Y, Stitches. Number 10 is the Stitch Etc. board. This goes to Jeannie Kenna, J-E-A-N-N-E, Kenna, K-E-N-N-A. And number 11, Lady Dot Creates. This goes to Terry Slattery, S-L-A-T-T-E-R-Y. Number 12, JBW Designs, 12 Days of Christmas. This goes to Janice Bright. Janice Bright. And number 13 from this segment is from Teresa Kogut, Plump Snowmen. This goes to Cindy Wilson. Cindy Wilson. Congratulations, everyone. So that was all of the winners from segments 1 and 2 from last week. Okay, now I want to show you my whips that I worked on this week. So this week I worked on just 2 patterns. So hopefully this week I can work on more and I can show more whips to you next week. But this one is from Blackbird Design. This is And to All a Good Night. This pattern is out of print, but this is And to All a Good Night. And here is my progress. Since I showed this to you last, I only had like 1.5 window, the outline, stitched in just 1 row of bricks. So I've been filling my way in. And I am stitching this on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. I'm using all the called for colors, and I am stitching it 2 strands of floss over 2. And I just love those windows. Aren't those pretty? And the brick, the color for the brick is Raspberry Parfait by Gentle Arts, and it is such a pretty color. I just love all these colors. So that's the Raspberry Parfait. I absolutely am enjoying this. And it's a quick stitch, I think, because I'm stitching it on the 32 count. It seems to be going a little bit faster for me. And then my other WIP this week is Barbara Anna Designs, Dreaming Frida. And this is being stitched as a gift for someone. And here is my progress on it. I've gotten a lot done on this. I'm really trying to get it done this week, so I can send it off to a framer. I'm going to have this one professionally framed. But since I showed this to you last, I have been working on her hair and all of this down here. So I'm getting pretty close. I am about right here on the pattern. Lots of fun colors. I'm stitching this on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha, and I'm using all the called for DMC floss. I'm using 1 strand of floss over 2. So those are my 2 WIPs from this week. So let's show you your segment 3 winners from last week. So from segment 3, we had the Stitch Etc. Blackboard. This goes to Jody, Jodi, Dremer, Drehmer. Number 15 is Lady Dot Creates bundle. This goes to Beth. I'm sorry, Beth. It's Monseebroten, Monsenbroten. Beth Monsenbroten. And number 16 is the JBW Designs Sing a Song of Christmas. This goes to Karen Price. Karen Price. Number 17, the Jersey Girl Stitch Company pins. This goes to Vicki Maloney. Vicki with an I, Maloney. Number 18 is the third $40 gift certificate to Fat Quarter Shop. That goes to Linda Seeley, Seeley. Number 19 is the planner, the Bee in My Bonnet planner from Fat Quarter Shop. This goes to Jennifer Knits, Nitz, of Basket Stitching. Number 20 is the Teresa Kogut Flurry booklet. This goes to Wendy S. Miller, Miller. And number 21 is the Michelle Lee Quilts Project Mat Bag. This goes to Jenny, Jenny Kennedy, Jenny Kennedy. So congratulations to all of you. Email me and let me know your address and what you won. And I will get these in the mail to you as soon as possible. Okay, so that is the winners from segment 3 last week. I'm going to go ahead and show you my haul from this week that I got. Fat Quarter Shop sent us a very large box full of future giveaways. And you will see these come up over the next few weeks, but some of them will be in our giveaways for today. They sent Autumn Love pattern. This is a It's So Emma pattern, and they sent 2 needle minders. Bee in My Bonnet stitch cards by Lori Holt. These are so much fun, these quick little stitch cards. They have them for Christmas, for Halloween, 4th of July, summer, all of those, and they're so much fun and so quick to stitch. Frosty Typeface series. This is their next typeface series. This is Frosty. It says Frosty the Snowman, Jack Frost, Jolly Happy Soul. They sent us 2 of these. 2 Simply Half Yards quilt books. So if you have a lot of half yard bundles sitting around, this is a great book for that. It has over 16 half yard quilt patterns in here. So we got 2 of those. Painted Meadow quilt pattern. And then a box just full of wonderful things, from floss biddies to more quilt patterns. We have Desert Daybreak, Ivy and Fern, and a cross stitch journal. So as I use these as giveaways, I will list them below because the box is so full. I don't think y'all want me to go through everything that's in this box. So look for some wonderful treats from Fat Quarter Shop for future giveaways. They are always so kind to share their products with us for giveaways. And then I found this week, I got, because I really enjoyed seeing the products from Lady Dot Creates, the velveteen that she sent for you all. I went on her shop and ordered some for myself. So I got the peppermint white. I ordered the chili. This is the red that's in that bundle. And this is cucumber, which is the green. These will be great for finishing some JBW ornaments or even some strawberries. If I wanted to do another drum and do a strawberry on top, that would be really pretty. And then I got some of her pom-pom trim. I got the sequoia, which is the green, and sizzle. And then she has beautiful rickrack. She has great chenille, and just so many wonderful trims and velvet and wool. Just great, great finishing materials. So I ordered that from Lady Dot Creates. I got 40 count seaweed from Fox and Rabbit fabric. This is going to be used to stitch the Kathy Barrick's wildflowers that she released this year. This is the linen that she uses for that. And this is the Fox and Rabbit seaweed. And I got these from Hobby House. I got, and they're having a retreat this weekend. And I'm seeing all these photos on Instagram and on Facebook and all these people up at Hobby House, and it looks beautiful. I think it's a Hands Across the Sea retreat with a Hands Across the Sea exclusive. You can go onto their website and order the pattern and order the floss and the linen, but it's an exclusive design for Hobby House. It's so pretty. And then I ordered from them, this is a 36 count paper bark linen. It's also a Fox and Rabbit. And this is a good neutral. So I got a pretty big chunk of this. This will be great for just a good neutral linen. So that's all my haul from this week. It was a pretty quiet week around here. So segment 4 winners, here we go. So for segment 4, our last segment from last week, we had a $25 gift certificate to Stitch Etc. That goes to Kimberly Hamilton. And Kimberly, how that works is you email me and I will get you in touch with Stitch Etc. and you can call them directly and either order from their store, their cross stitch store, you can order wooden products from them, but it's a $25 gift certificate. Number 23 is the Jersey Girl Stitch Company pins. This goes to Christine Lynch, Lynch. Number 24 is from, oh, and I forgot to mention Lori Wilson with Thread Milk Design. She sent us a pattern and some floss rings. This goes to Rose Morrill, Morrill, Morel. Rose Morrill, Morrill. Number 25 is the Teresa Kogut, Oh What a Sight. This goes to Sugar Hill Stitcher. Hold on one second. I dropped my paper. Okay, number 26 is the Little Robin Design pattern, EE's Little Sampler. This goes to Mary McClure. Number 27 is the Stitch Etc. Wooden Pumpkin. This goes to Audrey Fleming. Number 28 is JBW Designs Round Series. This goes to Susan from Colorado. Susan from Colorado. Number 29 is the Fat Quarter Shop Scrappiness is Happiness quilt book. This goes to Stitching with Sandy, with an I. Stitching with Sandy. And number 30, I realized I did not insert a photo of this last week. I was supposed to and I didn't, but this is the pattern from Jan Hicks Creates. This goes to Nellie's Stitches. Nellie's Stitches. And the last giveaway from last week was an opportunity for 5 of you to win a 45-minute Zoom call with me. And we had such a wonderful response to that I decided to choose 10 instead of 5, but I'll have 2 different segments for 5 of you. So these are the 10 winners, but we'll have 2 different segments for 5 and 5, so we won't have too many people on one call. And I think we'll add this to future giveaways because I have the subscription, so we can go ahead and add it to future giveaways because a lot of you seem to want to do that. So here we are. And what we'll do is once I hear from you all, we'll coordinate a time. It'll probably be on a Sunday night that we can do our Zoom call. Maybe a Saturday night. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so here they are. I'm going to call these 10 names. Trinka King, Luella Calkins, Lois Dorrell, Dorrell, Stella 1710, Wine Country Stitcher, Glee Hansen, Rebecca Cattails, Cattails, Renee Riley, Peggy Young, and Wendy Bartlett. Those are the 10 winners for that. So that's all the winners from last week's video, our 10,000 subscribers. So I'm going to put all these back in here. So everybody just email me and we will get everything out and organized. So this week, so today is a big football day here at my house. So we're about to watch football and have chili and stitch and do all those fun things. So this is a pretty quick video for me this week, but I do want to go over some of the giveaways that I have for this next week. So let's start with what Fat Quarter Shop sent us. We have duplicates of several things. So we have the Painted Meadow quilt pattern from It's So Emma. So there are 2 opportunities to win this. So this is number 1, but I'll draw 2 names. So number 1, Painted Meadow quilt pattern. Number 1. Number 2 is 2 opportunities. So 2 of you will win this pattern from the Typeface series from Fat Quarter Shop. It's So Emma. This is Frosty. So that's number 2. Number 3, Be in My Bonnet stitch cards. This is Set In from Lori Holt. So I'll draw 2 of these. So this is number 3. And number 4 is Autumn Love. 2 of you will win this and the matching needle binder. So this is number 4. Number 4, Autumn Love. And this is stitched on, you choose the stitch count, 14 count. They have a dimensions for 25 count, 32 count, and 36 count. And it's all DMC floss. So this is Autumn Love. 1, 2, 3. Number 4. So number 5 is Simply Half Yards booklet, quilt book. So this is number 5, and 2 of you will win this. I'll draw 2 names for that. And number 6 is from me. This was supposed to be in last week's giveaway, but I had a little mix up with the mailing. But a Proper Stitcher bag, canvas bag, and a floss drop, and I have some floss rings, and I'll have some floss drops for you. And my project info cards. So that's number 6. So to enter to win this week's giveaway, be a subscriber, like the video, comment below, and answer the question. I'd like to know, since we've been talking about Flosstube and all these other wonderful Flosstubers, name some of the Flosstubers that you've been watching lately, some of your favorite ones. I know there are so many to list, but we have a lot of people who like to go through and read comments. And so if someone's looking for a new Flosstuber or new to them, it will give them an opportunity to find someone else that they may not be aware that has a Flosstube, and they may not know of their channel. So list who you're watching on Flosstube, answer the question, and list the number of the item that you would like to win, and we will have that drawing for next week. Until then, thank you so much for joining in today, and I will see you next week. Have a good week.